It has been a year since Measure 110 went into effect in Oregon, decriminalizing possession of drugs like heroin and meth.
Soon it will undergo an audit from the Secretary of State's office to see how it's working so far. Fox 12's Drew Marine spoke with supporters and critics of the measure a year later to see how it's made an impact in the state. Drew?
Yeah, those against Measure 110 say it's not doing enough, with only a portion of those found with drugs actually calling the hotline number police now provide. But others say there's more to it than that phone number, and thousands of Oregonians have accessed services since this was passed. Measure 110 has players in the game split.
I've seen that it's been what I would call a colossal failure.
There's a lot to be proud of, especially for only a year in.
It went into effect February 1st, 2021, decriminalizing the possession of street drugs and establishing a program that would fund addiction recovery centers.
On average, Oregon, we arrested about 9,000 people in a year for possession charges. Last year, there was only 1,600 citations given due to this law. And you know what that really represents is less trauma.
In cases involving smaller amounts of illegal drugs, the measure reduces them from misdemeanors to Class E violations with a maximum fine of $100. When a person is cited, they're also given a phone number to be screened by an addiction treatment professional if they choose. But few people are taking advantage of that. Between February and December of 2021, there were more than 1,800 Class E violations, and only 55 people completed a screening. Washington County District Attorney Kevin BARTON says he's not surprised.
Our office no longer deals with people that are simply possessing drugs. But what we do deal with are the collateral effects of drug use and addiction in our community. And we've seen increases across the board. So, for example, we've seen increases in overdose deaths. We've seen increases in the use of Narcan, which is used to counteract a potential overdose.
But Tara Hurst, the executive director of the Oregon Health Justice Recovery Alliance, says there's more to it than that data. According to the Oregon Health Authority, more than 16,000 Oregonians have accessed services through this funding, whether for harm reduction or housing. More than $30 million in grants have gone to more than 67 organizations and 11 tribes.
Right now, Oregon, along with every other state in the nation, is facing an overdose crisis. And that means a lot of people that we love are dying. And with 16,000 people, if 60% of them are accessing harm reduction services and overdose prevention services, that means that we are stopping deaths. And that, to me, is so much more important than whether or not you pay a ticket or you call a phone number.
There is no set date for when this audit might happen, but it must be done by the end of this year. Live from the mobile newsroom, Drew Marine, Fox 12 Oregon.